Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Josie's Point of View, where we focus on human interest stories from the Carolinas and beyond. Today it's Wednesday and it's February the 23rd, 2023. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new to my channel, I'd like to extend to you a warm welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you find the information here to be informative. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you for coming back. You know, I always say the tide changes so frequently here on these YouTube streets, so you always have to acknowledge where your support comes from. And I want you to know, I sincerely thank you for your support. Feel free to like and to share this video, and don't forget to subscribe. And our story today comes from the campus of North Carolina State University here in Raleigh, North Carolina. Take a look at that headline. And it reads, Crisis at NC State, 8 students dead this school year. I'll provide you with a summary here, and as always, I'll place links to a few of the full articles in the description box. Now, I don't normally speak on academia. You might say for some reason, it appears I've given them a free passage zone, and maybe that's for personal reason. But there's a crisis taking place at NC State University here in Raleigh, and it does not appear that many people have even noticed. And that concern has to do with the large number of students who have died this school year. So sit back for a few minutes and I'll tell you all about it. So it was approximately 10 days ago when I saw the latest report from NC State. I believe the date of that report was February the 13th. It was reported by one of the local newspapers that a student was found dead on campus of NC State over the weekend. It was also disclosed that it was a female student and that she was a student enrolled in the School of Engineering. It was also confirmed that student had taken her own life. She died by suicide. Now, they did not say how. It was just stated she had taken her own life. And then it was surprising to learn that was the second reported campus death in less than 2 weeks. And I have to say that 2 deaths in 2 weeks seems a lot to me. And I decided it was time to take a closer look because I could vaguely recall seeing brief news inserts about other deaths on the campus a few weeks earlier. I thought maybe this was going to be the making of a good story that my viewers might be interested in knowing. And to be honest, in taking this closer look, I was simply expecting to find some type of clarification and to make a connection as to how these recent deaths compared to deaths from the previous year, such as whether or not a pattern was being seen and how the numbers were reflecting when compared to last year. But I certainly was not prepared for what I found out. And in addressing the death of this recent female student who was from the College of Engineering, as I already mentioned, it was stated that she was an undergraduate student and she was found deceased inside her residence, which is Sullivan Hall. But the most shocking part of that report was learning that this recent death represented number 8 for the 22 to 23 school year, which just started around the end of August. So halfway through the second semester of this school year, it is being reported that 8 students have already died. I was speechless. You see, that information was really distressful to me. 8 students dead within a few months at an institution of higher learning represents a crisis. That's a crisis. And I have to acknowledge, I wanted to know how the other 7 students died. I also wanted to know how the students on campus were doing. I'm sure the present atmosphere of the school is not conducive to learning. Added stress to an already challenging academic curriculum. I could only imagine what those students are going through. In fact, I thought the community as a whole should be more concerned, should be showing their concern. And it seems to me there was a need to identify what some triggering factors, and for the school to introduce interventions to reduce or eliminate them, and then offer the students a better opportunity to be successful. That's what I was thinking. But I also wanted to learn exactly what the leadership was doing to support students going forward. So I saw this headline in one of, I believe it was a state newspaper, and it said, "We need a national conversation about the 8 students who died at NC State." And I said, absolutely, we certainly do. This is a major problem. We need to get to the bottom of it. One death is bad enough, but to have 8 in a matter of months is just too many. So I decided that I would dig just a little bit deeper just to find out what has been reported about the way these 8 students die. And this is what I found out. Now, during the spring semester, we're currently still in the spring semester. In the month of January, there were 2 deaths reported, and both deaths were reported as being attributed to natural causes. The month of February, we've been focusing on that. There was 1 death, and that student took her own life. So, spring to date, there's been 3 deaths. Now, let's go back to the fall semester. There were a total of 5 deaths. 1 was attributed to an off-bus accident, and the additional 4 students were as a result of suicide. Those 4 students took their own lives. So that was 5 in the fall semester and 3 in the spring semester. And as a matter of transparency, the university went on to disclose just a little bit more information. We already know 8 deaths, 5 were suicides, and out of those 5 suicide deaths, 3 of those students were enrolled at the College of Engineering. Now, that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with the curriculum. It probably means there were a few students who may have needed more support or may have had other factors or other matters that probably impacted on their education, but we just don't know their story. And then I took a step back just to look at the previous year and to see how it compares with the number of deaths. And that was just as shocking. Now, this is what has been reported by the media. So for the entire school year of 21-22, there was 1 death reported. And the current school year, there's 8, and there's still several weeks left in the current year. And I'm sure you're probably wondering just what the university leadership has done or what they're presently doing. Well, they've been doing quite a bit. First, they established a mental health task force. They created this task force to look at this problem of suicide as a major problem among college students. And I'm sure recommendations are going to be developed from that task force. In addition to that, they have had at least 2 wellness days where classes were canceled and the students were it was an opportunity for the students to focus on their mental health, and they were also encouraged to check in with their families. The university has increased the number of counselors available on campus so students have more access to them. Now, in addition to that, they also contracted with a company to provide telehealth services, and the leadership has stated students can be seen without having to wait for an appointment. They can be seen immediately. It was also reported that the university is pouring a lot of resources into reaching out to students in need and providing them with support and guidance. And it certainly appears that they're focused on this problem. They're taking this problem seriously. It seems like they're doing a lot. I'm not sure what else they can do right now, and I'm sure additional recommendations will be made by that task force. I sure hope there are students that are included on that task force so that their point of views will be considered. And I'll try to monitor campus activities, and I'll bring you updates whenever they are available. And that's all I have for you right now. Feel free to leave me a comment below and let me know what you think about this video. And by all means, feel free to like it and to share it. And if you haven't done so already, I want to invite you to subscribe to my channel by clicking on that red subscribe button. It's on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. And if you click on the bell that looks just like this one, that's a notification bell. If you click on that notification bell, you'll be the first to know whenever a new video is uploaded. I thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.